Well, hey guys, it's Dr. Drake 63 here today. Thanks for joining me. I went to the range today and saw what I see so many times, and that is people going to the range and shooting their firearms in a manner that does not in any way, shape, or form reflect the reality of using a firearm for self-defense. You know what I'm talking about, the guy that'll get up there and take a shot, take another shot, take another shot, all at about, most of them I saw today were out at somewhere around 5 yards. This is exactly what I saw when I went to the range. My target's the one out there at 10 yards in the middle, but I don't see the value in practicing that close. I'm not trying to sound superior or anything. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to tell you shouldn't practice at 5 yards. And if you talk about legalities of self-defense, if you talk about FBI statistics, 7 yards seems to be the magic number that a lot of these evaluations take place. However, what are you doing for yourself when you practice, develop muscle memory, and shoot in a way that's not going to reflect how you might help yourself? I see the same thing all the time, too, as a range safety officer, watching guys that are getting their deer rifles ready for deer season. And talking with them, it's the only time that they're going to shoot prior to going to a deer camp or a tree stand or whatever their situation might be. And I've rarely, if ever, besides myself, seen one practicing shooting freehand, standing up, those kind of things, which probably more accurately reflect the practice that you need for a hunting situation. But I see it all the time. There'll be 10 sandbags out on the bench. They're zeroed in. So really what they're doing is they're practicing in a manner that's not going to help them when it counts. And I expect that's why there's so many deer that get shot at that get away or get gut shot or some other scenario which is not ideal. So whether you're talking about self-defense training, whether you're talking about hunting, or whatever your purpose may be, you need to practice how you're going to shoot. Now, if you're in some kind of target competition, you might be practicing in a real measured, postured manner. But that isn't what most of these folks are doing. Here's what's real typical. Somebody goes out and buys a gun. They grab it, they go to the range, they may or may not zero it in, and then they practice shooting something along the lines of 2 or 3 shots every 30 seconds. Well, if you have somebody that happens to be standing at 21 feet from you and they decide that they're going to charge you and they have the intent to do harm, you're probably not even going to get your firearm unholstered in that period of time. Now, most ranges will not let you unholster your firearm and begin firing. In other words, they require you to bring it encased and observe what are sound basic safety rules, keeping the muzzle pointed in the downrange direction at the entire time and things like that. But there are some that will let you, or if you have the opportunity to practice outdoors or something like that. But even if you're not shooting, just practicing unholstering your firearm, your pistol, or your revolver is a real key component to saving your life. Because it's not going to be like shooting at paper. It's not going to be like that at all. So time is of the essence. The ability to even just set your firearm down on top of the surface at the range and pick it up and quickly get off 2 or 3 rounds on target is probably the best kind of practice you can do in that scenario. Because you're not going to have time to line up the perfect shot. That's just not the way it is. I'm not a combat veteran. No, I'm not a law enforcement veteran, but I know a lot of these guys, and they practice quick response drills. So anything you can do to kind of mimic that, anything you can do to increase the speed at which you can pick your firearm up, or better yet, unholster it, and get on target, that's going to be the name of the game. Practice how you're going to hunt. Same thing goes with self-defense. Practice how you might defend yourself. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. This is just a quick opinion, kind of boring video. I apologize for lack of a lot of shooting and things like that. But we'll get to that. We'll do a series this summer where we can get back outdoors. And we'll talk about the proper way to train for shooting a rifle at a deer. Or the proper way to train for unholstering your firearm and defending your life. I hope this is helpful to you today. This is DR Drake 63 saying thanks for watching.